are here with Diana, and we want to play a really fun pump you up song. This actually reminds me of high school, Diana.
Yep,
So,
that's where I got it from.
okay, so we're gonna dance this out. Oh my God, the snake! Yes,
Huh?
yes.
Just do that. You do that, huh?
Oh my God! You know what? Anytime I do that, I like put my neck out now.
I know. Well, you have to be careful after 40, yeah. And you're done. This is really pump me up song, huh?
Yes, I love it. I love it. Getting kind of heavy. All right, so we'll stop it there. But welcome, you guys. So we are here in the Mom Link, and we are here to introduce one of our newest members, Diana, to the community of social media. And you guys, I need you in the comments to let Diana know how beautiful she looks, because guess what? This is her very first live, right, Diana?
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay. She had a little bit of nerves, y'all. And we know if you guys have ever gone on a live video, your very first time can be a little like, ah. So please pump her up and help me to welcome her into the MomLink community. Let her know she's doing a great job. Encourage her throughout this video and just give her like inspiration to do this again by herself, because we all know if you're in business, you have to go live on video, and the more comfortability that you can develop, the faster you'll grow in your business. So I'm proud of Diana for taking this step. So proud. And we want to welcome her into the Mom Link, and we're going to talk today about the power of healthy gut nutrition. And so, to get us going, Diana, I would love for you to introduce yourself and share a little bit about your background as a certified nutritionist specializing in healthy gut nutrition and anti-aging. What are you most excited to offer the MonLink community? I would love to know.
Hi, everyone. Like I've been introduced, I'm Diana. I'm registered holistic nutritionist. So I've been nutritionist since 2012. But then after I realized that only nutrition, it's not enough. So then I decided to go back to school and I graduated from Canadian School of Natural Nutrition and I became registered holistic nutritionist where I work not only with foods and supplements, but also with everything else that touches your life, your body, your spirits, your mental health, your everything. So I am a gut health specialist, but also through the gut, I am empowering women to become, not even to become, because we are sexy, we are beautiful, we are thriving, we are very strong. But then sometimes somewhere there at the 40-ish, we kind of forget about it. So then through gut health, I am trying to help them to bring everything back, to empower them to be the same sexy and powerful and happy and to have a lot of energy like you did in high school with the song. It's never too late. It's never late.
I absolutely love that. And listen, our MomLink community, Diana, across all of our platforms. I mean, we have on just one platform alone, which most of us met on Clubhouse, there's over 36,000 people on just that one platform. And of course, we have our membership and we have all these other platforms that we're on, like LinkedIn and Facebook and all these other places. And what I love about what you are bringing to our community is that gift of reestablishing healthy gut to step into our higher empowered self. I mean, that really is what it's all about. And by the time you hit your 40s, if you haven't already like rediscovered who you are as a person, if you've ever let yourself go, maybe you've had kids, maybe you've kind of lost yourself along the way, like really reestablishing your health is a huge piece, and just getting really in tune with like who you are at your core, right?
Exactly. Exactly. And what it's the most important thing that it's not so hard as people are thinking it is. And plus, because now we have so much information and all this information coming from outside. And I feel that, like you said, being a mom, being a wife, having a partner, having jobs, having business, having house, having everything, and plus the information from outside that don't eat that, don't do that, drink that in the morning, drink that in the evening, put this inside, don't put it outside. And they are like so overwhelmed that you know what they do? They say, whatever, I don't want to do anything. That's it.
Yeah, that's like the
Because it's too much.
F this. I'm just
Yeah, yeah,
gonna eat whatever I want.
exactly.
Yeah, and plus I know stress can have a really big contributing factor on how our gut is as well.
It is. It is like I will say it's one of the most, even though we talk a lot about stress and gut health related, but somehow we are focusing on what's to drink and we forget on what to do.
Yeah,
So that's like even stressing yourself about what's next, what do I drink next, how many supplements, how, even that is also in itself stress.
hmm,
So what I do, I don't I don't teach. I do teach somehow. I have a lot of teaching process around, but when I work with them, it's simple. Just do this, do that, try.
hmm,
And then if it doesn't work, but it works
right.
because it's simple. We need to go back to simple things.
Yeah, it's like how our creator designed us to be all along. Getting back to that organic self, like when we were first born.
Exactly. And that's what it is because even with babies, I do have moms who coming with little babies and they're like, I don't know what to give. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know? It's baby. Go back. Always they I don't know who said it once, but they say if you are stressed and if you are tangled, just go back and
Right.
then start again, step by step.
I love that. I love that so much. So, for those of you that are new to hearing the terminology gut nutrition, because I know this is newer for me too, I didn't really know about it until my 40s, and I'll be 50 in just a week or so. So, for the people listening, if they're not familiar with it, I would love for you to explain what is healthy gut nutrition and why is it so crucial for our overall well-being.
Sure. Okay, so I will do it simple. Like my daughter says, do it in English. So yeah, even though English is not my first language, and she's like, do it in English. I'm like, really? So we like so many years ago, people thought that our brain is everything. Yeah, because we think the thoughts are going, stuff like that, which is has very important part. But if we go back in terms of our general health and special women health because we have the hormones that are sometimes our friends, sometimes our enemies. I will say gut health is the king of everything
Hmm.
because don't forget is the part where is letting it go. So
Uh,
if it's not going to let it go, guess what, everything comes back
yes.
and it's going to affect everything. So people, when we talk about gut health, people are imagining that this is only, you go to the washroom and you have your colonoscopy maybe once in 5 or 10 years and we are done with that. But no, because if we talk about the microbiome, which is all that, everything that's inside the gut, that's what we need to take care of. We don't need to take care only about constipation or IBS or polyps that we have inside. Those terminologies are already past the problem that we should talk about.
Hmm.
So when we talk about gut health, we have to talk about first the nourishment. Like what do we give to our digestive system and how much in order for that gut, because it's so long,
Yeah.
for him to absorb everything
Hmm.
because that's where the magic is happening. Yeah.
Like
So when we
the
sorry.
nutrients. like absorbing the nutrients.
Yes, absorbing the nutrients, absorbing minerals, vitamins, everything. Because I don't know if you met, but I do met a lot of clients who they are drinking supplements. They are eating well, but still they have so many conditions that need to be improved. Well, all this because doesn't matter how much you drink supplements, how much supplements you take, how much superfoods you eat. You know, now it's in style to eat superfoods, yeah. How much smoothies and power balls you have. But if your gut is not your friend and it's not assimilating everything, it's just going out.
How do you know if it's not assimilating?
Yes. So that's the thing. That's when we come in as a nutritionist, we come in with an assessment.
Hmm.
So what I do when I work one-on-one with people, we do have long forms and we talk about 60 to 90 minutes about everything, every little detail. Plus, you see your hair, you see your face, you see your nails, like you see everything. If something is going wrong, like you see, maybe you have very dry skin, maybe your nails are not up to date, maybe your hair is like, very, I will say maybe falling apart even, yeah? So that's first what you do. You go and talk to someone to work on your gut. And also very important, like you said, how do you know? I didn't even realize because I've been doing it forever, but then I had lately some women who asked me, is like, oh my God, I didn't even realize that after 40 I can't eat certain food.
That's me.
Yeah, so that's the first sign because the food, like I'm always telling people, do not cut foods. They have no problem with you, it's your gut who has problems with that food.
Yes, yes.
So as we age, we are losing that precious microbiome who helps with everything, yeah? And that's why we're getting allergies. How many of you guys got allergies after 40s and never had them before?
Yeah, I mean, I have, I've always had allergies like pollen and,
Yeah, okay, seasonal ones, yeah?
right, seasonal. But for instance, okay, I lost over 100 pounds
Wow.
13 years ago. Now, I've been able to steadily keep it off all these years up until maybe about a year or so ago. And for some reason, my tummy looked a little more bloated more often. I was doing the same thing, eating the same foods, exercising the same, all these different things. And it turned out after doing several hormone tests that I found out that I cannot, like, my body can't handle certain foods. It causes inflammation and things like that. So I've had to do a really deep dive into my own self, and it can be frustrating because you're like, man, what used to work isn't working anymore, and then you get really confused, and then when you get confused, that is when we tend to go and we're looking on the internet and we're like, oh well, what is that person's, oh okay, they're taking that pill, or over here they're doing this shake, and so then we're trying to do all these different things, and I find that that can actually mess us up even more because we're really not getting to the root of what is actually happening, like you're talking about with how the body is receiving the food. So we tend to run to supplements because it feels easier, but I think it is more. So like for instance, me, I ate eggs my whole life. Now I don't eat eggs anymore, which is so weird. It's so
You don't eat because you have allergies or because it's like you have intolerance, like it became intolerant to you.
yeah. And
Okay.
I notice my nose runs, and the stomach gets bloated, and I can get itchy. All these weird things that never happened before. So I just had to, figure out different things to eat for breakfast.
No,
But
it did. I
it's
mean,
it's interesting how that can happen, over the years. Now, one of the things that I saw on your social media, which I loved, the phrase that you put, you mentioned that your 40s are better than your 20s in terms of anti-aging nutrition. So I would love, because now we're talking about our 40s and now going into the 50s. Can you explain why this is and how nutrition plays a role in the aging process?
exactly. Okay, so I know when I'm in my 40s now, yeah, at beginning of 40s. But when I was in my 20s, and I know a lot of people like they're going through the same thing. We think in our 20s like, oh, we can do everything, whatever, we're not gonna eat, stay late during the night, drink, yeah, drink. You listen, you drink until 3 a.m. and then you go, to university and then take your exam at 8 a.m. No, that's all good. Why? Because we have that baggage yet.
Mm.
We do, but we don't realize that usually in your 20s, you have to stop and think about it because you're going to pay off in your 40s. So by not realizing, a lot of our generation, I will say, 40, 45 now, we did that when we were 20. So then we start to feel bad. A lot of women, how they realize that their gut is affected and the health is not anymore the same health when they got pregnant.
Yeah.
So your pregnancy, those 9 months, is the first bell that tells you, hey, you screwed it up kind of 10 years ago. Because yes, because
True.
I had a very, very, very bad pregnancy with my first one. Like I was toxicos. I had toxicos for 9 months, like very, very bad.
Wow.
But there was the payment that I did for my very fun 20. So that's when I say your 40, 45 with me will be better than your 20 because I am I'm a fun nutritionist. I always say 80% rules, 80% rules, 20% fun. So I do give a lot of fun time to my clients. Why? Remember you said the stress. We don't need to put them on stress and be, oh, let's go on a diet. And some people are even texting me, it's like, I want to come to consultation, but I can't commit to a diet. It's not a diet. As soon as we're going to remove this and say it's not a diet,
Yeah.
and then we're just going to do the assessment. And like you said, don't look at your friend because your friend maybe didn't party like you in your 20s. Don't look at your neighbor because you never know what she went through, but maybe she's not telling you. We women can be like that. I look good, that's it. Yeah. So don't look at anyone. That's why I always constantly talking to people and I'm almost fighting with people sometimes. Don't listen to anyone who's telling you anything because that might not be you.
Right.
Like for you, you see, you said you've lost so many pounds. For you, that worked well because you found your way
Right.
and you are happy with your way.
Very much.
Now, give your way to someone who had I don't know, like I will say maybe, have hormonal problems during puberty time. Yeah. And then because I do talk a lot with moms that have teenagers, because I have a teenager. So I'm watching her like a hawk because I know if now during those 5 years, I have to watch her. So then after she's going to be okay with your hormones. So if you're going to give me, let's say, your, way of losing weight, it might not work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we are not the same. So that's why I say with me, your 40s will be more fun because we are finding a good way. We are having fun. I'm all pro fun. We're having fun and we are accepting. Yeah, we are accepting ourselves.
Yeah.
Like, hey, look at me. I'm a blonde. All my life, people say that, oh, she's a blonde. So what? And today I even wear pink and blonde. How much stereotype can be in that? But
I
you know what?
look amazing, girl.
But I love and I accept myself like that. People who don't know me on the street, they're gonna laugh at me and say, "Oh, she's a blonde." I'm like, whatever, you know. So that's like acceptance,
Mhm.
working to find your way, only your way,
Right.
and then realizing that this is not a diet.
Mhm.
It's never been a diet. And two things that are very important, I just want to mention. When we talk about gut, is there is the gut health and there is the gut healing. Those
Oh,
are two different things.
okay.
So gut healing is when your gut is really affected. So then we have to go a couple of weeks on maybe something more restrict just to heal the gut.
Yes.
And then gut health, when your gut is good and we just, nourish it and go along and have fun. So those are two different things.
Hmm. I love that you're explaining, like breaking down the process.
Yeah, I'm all about explaining.
No, it's helpful. You're a very good teacher.
I was a teacher. I was a former teacher. I am a former teacher. Yeah, I was a teacher back home.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is incredible. I love that. So, how do you normally approach personalized nutrition plans then for your clients?
Yeah. So usually we have one-on-one initial appointment.
Okay.
Prior to that consultation, I will say, I send all the forms necessary for you to complete. It's everything there. Those are big forms. We are talking about everything very specific. And then after that, we're having a consultation. First initial consultation is 60 to 90 minutes. We talk about everything. Like I go through the gaps that, maybe you forgot, or maybe you are not comfortable sharing it in writing or anything, anything. So then right after that, then I ask always, what's your comfort zone? Because some people, they don't like to take supplements, or they don't like on period. That's it. Even though I explained that sometimes we have to start it because the deficiencies are very high. And then with food, unfortunately, you can't, achieve that level that you need. Um, if the client has a blood work result, we look at the blood work result, we look at everything what's going on. So then I give recommendation, and the recommendation includes everything what you have to do, everything what you have to change in your life. It's totally up to you if you change it or not. I give my recommendation. I give also in that initial consultation, 1 week of meal plan is included. Like an example, you can follow, you can change a little bit, you can do whatever you want. I do give you the ideal meal plan for you and for your situation at the moment. And if necessary to take some supplement, I will give you also the recommendation for the supplement.
Wow.
That's the initial appointment. Yes. And as you know, I'm sure you know, people know everything, but they do nothing. Yeah.
You know what? It's so funny because Crystal in the mom link, she's always talking about, all these ladies, we got all these notebooks that are just filled with like all of these different notes and things. So we know what to do. Like we have information, but what are we going to do with the information when it's presented to us?
Exactly. So that's why that I realized like a couple of years ago that okay, I give all this information. It's like in school. You
Yeah.
give to the kids, but if you don't check homework, if you don't keep them accountable, yeah, they're not gonna do it. So here, adults are the same thing. They
See,
know everything. They're like, yeah. So I'm like, okay. That's why then after I said no. I said I'm wasting my time and your time, and I'm very I don't know, like I want to help them. I want to make them feel that it's not so hard. So then I've created the programs with guidance.
yeah.
So now what I offer them, I said, here you have initial appointment with everything else, but I also have guidance. So I have 3 weeks of guidance, 6 weeks of guidance, up to 6 months or a year, depends on the severity of the case. And you know what? People who take guidance, they do amazing.
Of course. Yeah, because you're keeping them accountable.
Yes. And
And
they are kind of ashamed, like, oh my God, Diana said I have to do it, I have to do it.
yeah, well, I guess you could feel that, especially if you were like a kid that grew up in the 70s where we got spanked. You don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, yeah. But there is no other way to make them feel good, because if you just give the recommendation, I don't know if you had that. How many times you've had that you give all the recommendation and they did nothing?
Well,
Yeah, because people,
I've done that. But that's why I'm saying, like, we even are given action steps. We know what to do. And this is
yeah,
with our business, this is with our health, this is with our relationships. We know exactly what our next step is. I was
yeah,
just
but
I was talking to another lady that just joined the mom link earlier today. We were talking very similar. There's so many things that we're given, and we know what our next step is. Why? Like, what is getting in the way? It's us.
it's us. No, totally, 100%. I do it. I do it. My husband does it. My daughter does. That's why I'm on top of everyone except myself. So then now that my daughter is teenager, I'm like, okay, you have to keep me accountable for that and that and that, because that's how. And then when your daughter is watching you, you are like, okay, I have to do it. Yeah, she's watching, I have to do it. So that's why I encourage friends to come together. I encourage families to come together, because they're like, when you do together is fun. It's fun. And plus, listen, we all love that. I Even though I don't like the word competition, but we do like competition, and we do like to
We like
win,
to win. We like to win.
yeah, we like to win. So when they come together, I do have coworkers, friends coming together, and then yeah, they compete, and then they're like, oh my god, that's amazing.
It's like the biggest loser. Now, what do you do when there's a family that doesn't want to do it with a person that's trying to get their health together? So they're just on their own, but they're married and they got kids, and none of them want to do it. They might even
Yeah.
they might even make fun of the person that you're helping.
um I had only once where actually the husband, he came for some issues, and then when I give all the recommendation and meal plan, the wife is like, there is no way we're gonna do that. So I'm like, okay, I give the recommendations. So then he found someone who, he brought the menu plan, and the lady was cooking for him. He was picking up every day the meal, so he was having everything. Yes, but usually, because the meal plan that I create, I'm focused a lot on foods.
Uh-huh.
Like, I want you to have good foods. I am, and I don't mean to offend anyone, but as a professional and as a specialist, I don't like smoothies, because there is a reason why I don't like smoothies. I don't give smoothies. I give simple food, special first week. So if they are on guidance for 3 weeks, first week I give super simple food, you know, and they all like it.
Hmm.
And then I get a phone call, and it says, because I do sell just meal plans with no consultation, no anything. So let's say families who want to improve that, but they don't think that they have problems, they just buy meal plans. And then they call me, the ones that got the assessment. They call me and they say, oh, can we purchase more meal plans, because we like it. The kids get involved. And because I'm trying to customize also, I have very large cultural background.
Mm.
So when I have a client, let's say I have an Asian client, and then I have East European client, you can't give to those two clients the same food. They're not going to eat it.
No, that's very true.
Mm,
Very, very true. No, I love that you found a way for the guy to still be able to do it,
yeah.
where it didn't involve his wife. So she could still do what she wanted to do with the kids, and then he could take care of him. So that I like that. That was a very creative way
Hmm.
of helping him to do that. So I feel like there's a lot of myths and misconceptions, around gut health. So especially like I have done a lot of Google studying because when I went through my whole thing, I was just like, what the heck is going on? And I was doing like a lot of reading. So what like myths and misconceptions do you frequently encounter in the work that you do that you love to talk about? Here's what Google says. No, that's wrong. This is what it really is. Like, I would love to know all of the missing misconceptions that you that you come.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there are a lot. I'm thinking just about the most common one that people
Yeah.
constantly are talking about. Yeah. So the first one, when people say don't eat dairy because dairy is bad, it's going to cause inflammation, it's increased mucus and stuff. It's not. The problem with dairy is the actual product, the quality of the product that we are getting.
I
And
see.
unfortunately, yes, unfortunately, 'cause I moved to Canada 14 years ago. Never in my life heard about dairy problem. And then we start experiencing, me and my husband, my daughter was very young, we start to experience problem. And then I start to dig in, because in 2012, I already was a nutritionist. So I'm like, let's see what's coming from. That's the problem. So if you find now, we are happy. We have a good variety of grass-fed dairy products, clean quality, straight from the farm, whatever. Yeah. So the prob the problem is the quality of the product, not the product itself, unless you have lactose intolerance, and then there is nothing we can do because you miss that digestive enzyme. Yeah, so here is different.
How do you
Otherwise,
test it? How do you test it? How do you know if it's really a dairy like all around or if it's the product? Like how do you know that? Is it a test?
okay, so yes, there is a test. So you go to your GP or family physician, yeah, family physician, and then you ask for lactose intolerance test, and then they will give it to you so you can actually do it. So if you are lactose intolerant, that means you miss that digestive enzyme
Okay.
that's gonna break down. But otherwise, we talk about, because we have three things: we have food allergies, we have food intolerances, and we have food sensitivity.
Yeah.
So those three are completely different. So you might fall in one of these categories by not even knowing and imagining that this is bad for you, but in fact it's like your gut is playing you. So it's like very tricky. But one of what I say, if you don't have problem with dairy, don't cut it just because someone said that.
I see. I see.
Yeah.
I might
Now the other, yeah.
go get that test because I have cut out dairy because I noticed that when I would eat it that I do get bloated. So there's something that happens, but I've never tested to see the quality of product. So
Mhm.
that's why I asked you that question. I was more finding out for myself.
No, but listen, it's super easy. People who have lactose, who really, they are tested and they have lactose intolerance, they can eat yogurt because yogurt is already fermented.
I
So
see.
they will not have problem with yogurt. So if you eat yogurt and you do have problem with yogurt, then I will say fix your gut, you
Yeah.
know, and also the quality of the product. Let's say just anything. Cheese, do you have problem with cheese, like hard cheese? You have problem with cheese, you have.
Cheese and milk, but I used to eat yogurt. I'm seeing the comments over here. And by the way, it says Facebook user, so maybe you can say what your name is because I can't see it on the restream. But they're saying gut health is your second brain. I have heard that. They're also saying that they gave up dairy 2 years ago, and then they were relating to me on the inflammation stuff. But yeah, yogurt. I have been able to eat yogurt in the past, like those little Yoplait, like just the real small ones, the little,
Mhm.
and it was fine. I didn't get gassy or sick, feeling. And I didn't get runny nose or nothing. But with
Mhm.
the cheese and the milk, I do tend to get kind of weird feeling afterwards.
Yeah, so you can, like I said, I mean, people give up a lot of foods. I know that they give up gluten, which you should have not, because the gluten is not the problem. The amount of the gluten in the bread today, that's the problem. You know what I mean? But people just, it's easy. Let's cut
Yeah, no,
because you feel good. And like I said, no judgment at all, because do you, how you feel good, what you feel better, you do that. But just to let you know that this is not the problem. When you feel your gut, you fix your gut, sorry, when you fix your gut and your microbiome is very good and strong, yeah, and then you don't have dysbiosis, which means your good bacteria is on top of bad bacteria, and then you have good digestion. And we can check the digestion all the time because I like to say, like, when you get up of the toilet, just look before you flush, and then you see all your digestions in that, exactly what's happening.
yeah,
Bloating, and constipation, diarrhea, IBS, all those are syndromes. They are not, like, it's not written in stones.
I get it.
Something happened
A sym-
on the run.
Yeah, it's like a symptom of something deeper, and we can't just put a band-aid on it. We have
Yeah, you can, because you don't know. Like, they are talking about IBS now, and I hear a lot people saying is like, go and cut this food, and then your IBS. Well, not only because you can cut food. How much food you can cut?
Hmm.
So it's not
we're
the solution is not cutting food.
not eat food anymore.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The solution is not.
That's
I've
what my husband, like right in the middle of me feeling frustrated, I was like, no, I guess I'm just not going to eat food anymore. Because like you just don't know, like what. That's why I feel like it's beneficial to have someone like yourself on their side, because you are a nutritionist, so you've been trained and you offer personalized plans. So it's not just the same plan for every single person, because we're all different people and we have different backgrounds and we grew up different environments and all the different factors that can come into play. So I mean, this is a huge reason why I wanted to bring you on today, because I wanted to introduce you to everyone, because this is such amazing information. And if you're struggling with stuff like this, please get in touch with Diana. She's on all platforms. You'll also find her inside the MonLink community. So she will be doing some offerings and things for the community, which I'm really excited about. Super, super, super excited. Okay, so I think I have like one more question. All right. In your opinion, what do you see as the future of healthy gut nutrition and its impact on overall health and well-being? So do you think that we're becoming more open as a society to really getting to the root of what's happening versus what's easier and just putting the band-aid on the symptoms? So where do you think that's going?
Well, so here are two answers, unfortunately. I think a lot of people are very open to, I will say, preventive medicine, natural way of finding the root cause and fixing the problem. And I think a lot of answers are in our I will say our farming ways, like, people, and I'm happy. I see people are going outside, finding the farms, buying, bringing, freezing stuff. But the one problem that I see all over now, every platform of social media, everywhere, is the amount of misinformation, and in general the amount of information about not only gut health, but in general about the natural way of healing yourself, and special about gut health, because I think this is very touchy subject for everyone, and everybody wants to heal it secretly. It's
Yeah,
like, I'm not going to go talk about my constipation. I'm embarrassed, especially the generation, like you said, the generation that now are 40, 50, 55. They're like, I'm not going to talk about this, better I'll go watch some TikTok, some, YouTube, and then just drink something and I'll fix it.
yeah,
And people not realizing that it's fixable easier than go watch some YouTubes and spend so much money. And they are willing to spend $500 on supplements and all this, superfoods, and not, spend a less amount of money for a consultation and finding where the problem is. So
yeah,
I think we are more open, yes, but in the meantime, like my grandma used to say, every specialist has to stay in their niche.
yeah,
Yeah. So if I'm a nutritionist, I'm not going to be talking about cutting hair because I know nothing about this. So if that's what I'm saying, when people are listening to someone who's giving you an advice about, I don't know, let's do a detox, 7 days on juicing.
mhm,
Use your common sense just a little bit and think what the juice is going to give me.
mhm,
And I'm not saying that that's bad. Like, I'm not discriminating whatsoever. I'm just saying that it's so easy to fix if you have the right tools and if you have the right way.
mhm.
And I am actually very happy that people are open to heal themselves early,
Yeah.
you know,
Like
because
earlier than their 40s.
and yeah, and it's like I mean, um, not so many people as I would like to. Not so many people are looking into prevention. They usually come when they have problems. But hey, we are taking, taking and solving anything. But yes, but I will see more people. I would love to see more people to come in prevention
Yeah.
because it's easier and cheaper to prevent
Yeah.
than
I
to
mean, I've
heal.
even
And
heard that if you take care of your gut, that you can avoid cancer,
you can avoid so many stuff.
like diabetes and I don't
You
know.
can avoid cancer, diabetes, longevity, skin. Like as a woman, we want to look good. We want to look good. So we want to feel good. We want to thrive. We want to run because I've seen women in their 40s and they are constantly tired. Why? And then when I look what they eat, I'm like, yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's that cycle, that cycle when you are tired and you don't want to cook and you say, oh, I'm just going to grab something. But then you're getting more tired. And it's like, oh, I'm tired to even do my salad. So I'll just grab anything else. So that's like, we have to get out that circle. And it's easier, much easier than you think.
That's the same with our workouts, ladies.
Oh, yeah.
I'm too tired to work out, but if I did work out, I'd have more energy, but I'm too tired to work out.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I can't sleep at night, but if you worked out, you'd have better sleep. Like it literally all goes together. Yeah, I love
It
it.
does.
I love it. Okay, so now I know that before we came onto this live, you told me that you have some one-on-ones that you like to do. So for viewers that are interested in receiving personalized guidance and support from you on their healthy gut journey, talk to me about your one-on-one coaching. I'd love to know how that works.
Yeah, so you find me, like you said, on all the platforms. I'm more active on Instagram, but then I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Mom's Link, I am everywhere. So you can book your consultation. The consultation is 60 to 90 minutes, and you have to commit to that time because it's a lot of questions, it's a lot to go through. It's basically your life's prior life. And
Open to invasion is what Diana is saying.
well, listen, it's completely like I always tell everyone, like,
Just teasing. I'm just teasing.
I know, no, it's
Really,
private,
that's what it is. Like,
private, no one knows.
yeah, you got to be open to like putting it all out there just for Diana if you really want to get.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, so we book a consultation. Like I said, I'm sending you all the forms because I want to know before the consultation what's going on. And we start to work. I do, like I said, I have one-on-one. Then you just get your meal plan for 1 week and your recommendation, and you are on your own.
I love
If
it.
you are committed, you go and do it. But then I have packages 3 weeks guidance, 6 weeks guidance, 6 months, and 12 months. That depends. And I do once in 3 months, I do group detox.
Ah,
And they're very popular, especially the ones after holidays. And I usually do the after holidays when people are full up to here and it's like, Diana, let's do a detox.
they're like, I can't eat for another like 5 days, so let's go ahead and just detox.
Yeah, January is the most popular one. Oh my God, in January, I have so many people signing up for a detox
Yeah.
because it's 21-day detox,
Or like
very easy.
like right now is probably a really good time because you want to wear a bikini, and if you get your gut in order, you tend to lose inches. So
But you feel, listen, you feel so good that, like you said, you want to work out. So
right,
then when you work out, you lose, you tan, you bring everything up, and it's like, oh,
gut lift.
oh, yeah.
You're like,
And you feel good.
that looks so good. I want to squeeze my own butt.
I know. Yeah. So that's what I offer now. And everyone can feel free to find me and DM me.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. Do you want them to send you a specific word or just say that, hey, I saw you on the Mom Link interview and I'd love to find out more? Like, do you have a specific thing that you want them to say?
Yes. Yeah. So it will be easier if they will say, yeah, that they came from this interview. At least I know that, someone who's knowing what I talked about it. And we can start working anytime.
Awesome.
There is no, yeah, there is no, how do you say? There is no side effects.
Except the good effect.
Yeah, except the good effect. Exactly.
Well, thank you, Diana, so much for sharing your space and your time and your knowledge and your wisdom and your silliness and your sexiness. Like, thank you for sharing it all with us. We really
Thank you so much.
you, and we're so grateful that you're a part of the Mom Link and that we get to share you on all of our spaces every time that we go live and we meet up with each other on group coaching calls and things. I'm just having the greatest time getting to know you, and as the ambassador and one of the ambassadors, I should say, and leader of the Mom Link, it's just my pleasure to be able to even have this interview with you today and to be able to get to know you better. It's been a pleasure. Do you have any last thoughts that you want to share? Any last words of wisdom?
Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much to have me here. Like, it's like I know we had troubles in the beginning, but it's like, oh my God,
No one,
it was so good.
no one even knows.
No, everyone else, yeah. Yeah, thank you so much for having me. So I will be active on Mom's Link and everywhere else. I do give a lot of information, guys, and I do a lot of teachings. I open my YouTube channel lately, so I'm trying to post everything over there. If you have any information that you feel it's like, maybe I should or not, you can always DM me. I'm trying to answering all the questions because I'm all pro education and I'm all pro prevention.
I
So thank you so much. Stay healthy and just remember, you can be the way you were in 20, even in 40.
Woo! I love that. Now, quick question I see come through on my personal private channel. It's not coming in on the Mom Link. They want to know where your accent is from.
Haha. I was like wondering, nobody else coming. Yeah. Yeah. So I was born in ex-USSR.
Ah,
Yeah, so I do speak six languages, and because my mom, I mean, was because my parents, unfortunately, after Chernobyl, they both passed. So my mom was Romanian and my father was pure Russian. So I speak both Romanian and Russian, and I speak English and French because we are in Canada.
hmm. You know what? The way that you roll your R's is very sexy sounding. So
Wow.
yeah, I love it, and everyone's loving it too. Yeah, they're putting
Thank you. Thank you so much, guys.
you got a lot of fire emojis.
Thank you.
All right, girlfriend. Thank you so much. And I hope you have a blessed day. And thank you, everyone, so much for joining us today. And make sure that you reach out to Diana. Again, if you guys would like to find out some information about our Mom Link community, go ahead and reach out to me personally. And I would love to share how our community works. It is all about collaboration over competition. You will find an amazing group of women that will support you on your relationship, business, health, it all. So please reach out to me for more information. All right, you guys, take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.